And so I would suggest that you set and so I would say, hi friends, I hope you're doing great today. Welcome back. Thank you so much for your support on my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Valrine, your practical decorator, helping you to make it home. Wherever we live, whether we rent or we own, it is always a good thing for our space to have that homey feel. And sometimes to get that homey feel, we have a strict budget. When we have a strict budget, one of the things that we can do is to go thrifting. Now, I have done a fair bit of thrifting myself. Behind me here, that fireplace, yeah, vintage. The tiles on the fireplace, yeah, came from the restore. So you can actually put a lovely look together without spending a fortune. And this is why in this video, I am going to share with you some tips that you can bear in mind when you are considering thrifting for your home decor, right? So let's get right into it. Number one is measure before you leave home. So if you are going out to buy a sofa or an armchair or a table for a specific area, your best bet is to measure the area where you are going to be putting that piece. If you're going to buy an area rug for a specific area in your home, measure the area so you have an idea of the size rug that you need. And you want to make sure you do that because take for example, you're going to buy a rug and you do have like a vent in your floor. You need to make sure that when you buy the rug, it doesn't cover that vent. It's the same thing for a window. For example, if you're going to buy a console and it needs to sit under a window, then you need to know the height of the console that you can buy. So you don't buy one that comes way above the window sill. Number two, snap photos. So if you have stuff existing like a piece of artwork or a carpet, you want to have an idea of what you're buying to pair with that because you don't want to have your space feel or look disjointed. So when you take a little photo and you take it around with you, you can actually use it to match what you're trying to buy. Number three, set a budget. Now, if money is no object, then you don't have to worry about your budget. But for most of us, it is an object. And so I would suggest that you set yourself a little budget and maybe you can say, okay, I'll go 5% over or 10% over, but have an idea of how much you want to spend. Especially when you're shopping for your home, right? If you're shopping for resale, maybe it's not that important. However, if you're shopping for your home and you have limited resources, aka money, then set yourself a budget. Number four, do some research. Now, there are lots of different places around that you can go to thrift, right? But not all of them are equal and not all of them carry the same items. So you want to go online, you want to speak to people you know and check to see, okay, I am looking for an occasional chair. Where is the best place to go to get an occasional chair instead of running around from store to store, right? Number five is whether you have a van or you have a car, or you have a truck, prepare the vehicle from overnight. And when I say prepare, I mean remove anything you don't want, like those shopping bags, any excess clutter that have built up. Just remove them. The only thing I would suggest that you keep in your vehicle is maybe like a blanket, or more than one blanket, old blanket that you can use to secure your treasures when you pick them up, right? To wrap them, to put in between, and so they can travel safely. Number 6, pack your measuring tape or tapes. The hard tape is what you use to measure like your walls and your floor and your furniture. If you're buying anything soft, then your best bet is to use a flexible tape. And that is very important because you want to be able to measure the pieces that you are checking out in the stores in order to know if they are going to be practical for your space. Number 7 is pack your patience. Take your time, check out that couch, lift up the cushions, the chairs, look under the bottom. Just take your time and look for what you need. Make sure that you are making the right decision. Number 8, now you are leaving the next day to go thrifting. What do? You leave as early as possible. You want to get to the store or to the location before anyone else does. Don't forget, sometimes you may run into traffic, so allow for that. Number 9, when you enter the store, or if the carts are outside, grab your cart before you enter the store. But make sure you get a cart. You're not sure what you're going to find. You don't even know if you're going to end up with an empty cart at the end of your trip there. But you don't know either if you're going to see something. And the one thing you don't want to do is to see something and then you don't have a cart to put it in and you have to leave it to go grab your cart. And by the time you get back, it's gone. Number 10. Check for current sales. So arm yourself with any discounts that the store offers. See, right here is the discounts outlined: green, yellow, pink, blue. The different colors are for different discounted prices. The reason why it's important to check is that when you're going around and you see the prices and the stickers, if that's, for example, your store has anything similar to that, you will know that, okay, that pink tag gets me 50% off. So although it's maybe $50 or so, you know instantly that that's going to be half off, or it's going to be 75% off. So immediately you know whether or not you can afford it. And that's why it is good to check for the sales so that you don't walk away from something that you think is too expensive when you could have gotten it for 75% off, 50% off, 25% off. You get what I'm saying, right? Number 11, think outside the box. I saw this and I picked it up because it was only $1. Now something like this, I can put my bowl on it and put my bowl on the table instead of just putting my bowl plop down on the table without anything. This adds something, doesn't it? You could also use this as a charcuterie board. Like maybe it's a small one, but you know, I mean, you could put crackers or cheese on this along with the other ones that you have on the table. And for example, I found these. They're 10 cents, right? I found them for 10 cents each. You could have sauces or condiments or candies in these little bowls. And you could put them on this board and put them on your table. Number 12, put it in the cart. If you see something, you're not sure if you're going to want it, but you think that you can use it, put it in the cart and ponder upon it while you shop. Don't leave it on the shelf, because you may leave it on the shelf and you go back to pick it up and it's gone. So put it in the cart, and if you don't want it when you're getting ready to leave, then you kindly put it back on the shelf. But put it in the cart, friends. Number 13, you measured your space for a reason. You took your measuring tapes for a reason, so use them. Remember them and use them. Measure whatever is imperative for you to measure before you take them home. If you're buying an occasional chair, if you're buying a carpet, a piece of artwork that has to fit on a wall, measure them just to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Because you know what? Sometimes you go to some thrift stores that are not just down the street. They're way over yonder. And so you don't want to get home and find that it's too big or it's too small. You want to make sure it works. Number 14, don't be afraid to ask for an extra discount. The most they can say is, no, that's the price. But you'll never know unless you ask. And usually I'll ask for an extra discount if I see something, like if I'm buying like tablecloth and it is soiled and I don't know whether or not the whatever is on it will come out, I'll be able to wash it out, I'll ask for a discount. The most you can say is no to me, and then I decide whether or not I'm going to take it and take my chances or forget about it. Number 15, you have now paid for your stuff. Before you leave, ask the cashier or the salesperson, when do they usually have sales? You also want to find out, how often do you restock your shelves? How often do you get new merchandise in? And I'm sure they will tell you, because they want to sell and you're looking for something. I have done it before where I've added my name to a call list so that I can get a call to say XYZ is in. So that's also another option. Now, my final tip for you, you are leaving the store, you're going to pack your car or your truck to go home. You want to make sure that you pack your treasures properly. If you have glass and you are packing your stuff, like if you have dishes, get paper, put paper in between them. Don't just plop them into each other like this, because the paper will help to cushion them. Just the same for anything else that are liable, that are fragile. Make sure you pack them properly so you don't get home and then when you get home you're disappointed because something did not make the journey whole. Those are my tips, friends. I hope you found them helpful, at least one or two. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you find helpful? Please give me those thumbs up and share. Thank you so much for subscribing, and remember to turn on your bell notification so you can be notified of new videos. I'll see you again on Friday when I will give you an update on my closet journey. I am trying to reorganize my closet, and so I'll see you again on Friday when I give you an update. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. You take care now. See you soon.